has just begun. We feed the war machine. Hide your daughters, your firstborn sons as we welcome all catastrophe. All the hate, all the lies. Let us see how every time you lie in denial, suicide kid.
My poison, Poseidon, inside me. Conscious is present, and God is beside me. The tide tends to weave in foul disposition. Hide your
TGIFF, thank Grimm, it's fucking Friday. Has anybody else felt that this fucking week just drug and drug and drug? It just seemed like it took forever to end this fucking week. But it's probably because I was waiting for some answers on shit. So, how is everybody tonight? Says we got 3 people right now, so let's see. I'll be one. And I think my cousin Cora will be number 2. And she was the first one in here. But who is the third person? Would that be you?
That could be me.
Oh, is that you? I'm special. I got 3 people. 3.
Special ed.
Yes, I am special ed. No, I only got 2. Somebody left. Somebody doesn't like me. Oh, well. I like me. I don't care if anybody else doesn't like me.
Well, I'm waiting for my post to go up because then they're going to get to see me tormented.
Ah, tormentation. Testicular torsion?
No text. I don't think anybody out there on Facebook world wants to see it.
I don't know. There's probably a few people out there who would like to see my nuts. Oh, shit. I'm getting attacked by a water bottle. And again, can't win. Well, if we only got 2 people, then I'm just going to sit here and watch TV if nobody's going to talk, because why should I even go ahead and do something?
Could be Mr. Nance too. He didn't leave yet, did he?
Nope, Mr. Nast is leaving for his road trip early tomorrow morning. Cora likes me. I like you, cuz. See, that's all that matters. You have one person, only one person to like you. And everything else just falls
She
into
doesn't
place.
like you. She feels bad for you. Your fucking family.
I feel bad for me. I feel bad for Cora that she might feel bad for me. I mean, come on. Who the fuck wants to be related to the Reverend? I mean, I would not go around. I would be, yes, I'm related to so-and-so. But I would not go out and say, yes, I am related to the Reverend Grimm, because I don't know. It might be like the Salem witch trials. They might burn you at the stake. Or they may have sympathy for you because you have to be related to me. We will watch wrestling together. Yes, I'm sitting here watching it right now. I mean, I ended up turning it on late. And I'm going to completely miss the pay-per-view next weekend. But anytime it's an early pay-per-view, I always miss the pay-per-views. Like, I'm used to but it's usually because I'm so busy during the day with doing stuff that I really don't get the time to sit down and watch it. And I never go back and rewatch it. So it's not like, but half the time I feel when they have them on at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm not really missing anything. Like, this one's going to be the whole thing between Gunther and Cody. Okay, somehow or another, neither one of these guys is going to win this, or somebody's going to win it by a DQ because somebody else is going to get involved. You know, I'll be watching it next Saturday. Probably next Saturday at that point, if I am not doing anything, I probably will be laying down and taking a big nap, because that night I have to go over into PA for a concert up in, where is it? Ben Salem. Up by Ben Salem, I got to go to a concert. So I think it starts at like, stores open at 7. So I'm leaving here at like 5 and probably won't be home until about 1 in the morning. So yeah, I'm going to take a little bit of a nap because otherwise the Reverend will be yawning like he is tonight because lately the haven't been taking my naps during the day and it's definitely been catching up to me.
You're an old man.
I am an old man. But you know what? I am like a fine wine that has gone to vinegar. Somebody's going to take a sip of this bottle of wine and go, yep, that's straight out vinegar. I don't blame you. Yeah, I mean, normally each day I get myself at least some kind of nap. Like earlier, I was sitting here. Miss Grimm thought I was sleeping, but I had my hood over my head. This was about 7 o'clock. And I wasn't sleeping. I was just kind of,
Resting my eyes.
yeah, I was sitting here zoning. I was not snoring. I heard the TV the entire time.
You could be fucking wide awake and be fucking snoring.
No, I could be wide awake and I'm snoring. That way you won't bother me to do something.
Is that how that works?
Yes, it's called selective hearing. Babe.
Freya.
Babe, are you sleeping? Freya, that sounds like you at night. Who are you kidding? The Freya sounds like a Mack truck at night.
Yes, that is true.
You know, who remembers? Now, we got 2 people here, so it's probably me and Cora. But, Cora, do you remember seeing in the movies and stuff, like you'd see, you know, in the movies, somebody would go to a hotel room and you put the quarter in and it makes the whole bed, like, shake, makes the bed vibrate. Well, that's kind of the same principle with Freya and her snoring. Because she lays on the bed and she snores. She actually snores worse than I think me. And she snores worse. She snores worse than my father did. My father was pretty bad with snoring. Like, holy shit, he was bad with snoring.
You
And
stop fucking me.
I know I'm bad with snoring, but Freya is like a fucking freight train. And she actually, when she snores, the whole bed actually vibrates. And the worst part is, we have the type of bed where you're not supposed to be able to disturb one another if you get out of bed because it's a sleep number bed.
Keyword, supposed.
Yes, supposed to. She gets up and I'm up. I get up. She knows I've gotten up at some point. Like, she'll turn around and she'll go, "You got out of bed early this morning." You're like, "Yeah, I've been sitting in the living room because otherwise I'm going to wake you the fuck up. You know, it's 4:30 in the morning. You'll come and turn the TV on or something." I mean, at least on Saturday mornings, it's actually pretty cool to turn the TV on early in the morning because there's cartoons in the morning, real cartoons. Like, what all do they have? They have Woody Woodpecker and Andy Panda.
There it goes.
And Bugs Bunny, and Troy is here. And we got ourselves one reaction. 3 people, 1 reaction. There you go. There's Ludwig. You knew he was coming out. So who's going to run out? No. Orton, maybe?
No, I think he's
Because KO is right now going against him. Yeah, the good cartoons. Like there's Bugs Bunny at, I think, 9 o'clock. There it is. I called that one. See, I could write for this company. Yeah, what is there in the morning? I mean, let's see here. No, it's Me TV. And they show, you know, the good stuff. So, no, we didn't want that button. We want this button. All right, so Svengali tomorrow night. Let's Three Stooges. Like if you've ever watched Me TV, it's actually really some good stuff. Like MASH and all right. So that's a little too far. Okay, so 4 o'clock in the morning, you got Barnaby James. 5 o'clock, the Total Gym. 5:30, a 302, which is Wilmington, Delaware Community. 6 a.m. to 302. Learn more about Medicare Advantage at 6:30. Okay, 7 o'clock in the morning, you got Popeye and Pals. And then at 7:30, you've got the Tom and Jerry show, but it's Tom, Jerry, Droopy Dog, many other classic MGM theatrical cartoon stars like Tex Avery, Hanna-Barbera, and other top Hollywood animators are featured. Then at 8 o'clock, you got Woody Woodpecker, which is a spanning from 1934 to 1972, which is just before I was born, but I've probably seen all of Woody Woodpecker. Chilly Willy, The Barry Family, Inspector Willingby. Then at 9 o'clock, you got Bugs Bunny and Friends. So, you got the creations of Mel Blanc. So, I mean, it's a decent morning. It's like when I was growing up as a kid, this was the stuff that you watched on Saturday mornings. Or, the racing show, and it had like Yogi Bear and all them in it. But then you start getting in the afternoon, you start like now at 10 o'clock, you get into like the Wild Wild West. And it wasn't really ever really big into the whole like Western TV shows. I mean, some, yes, but not all of them. So by that point, I'm like, okay, it's 10 o'clock. I'm going to go over and watch, NCIS, which I practically watch NCIS every day. So I am like a Gibbs expert. When I grow up and finally become an adult, I am going to be Gibbs. I am going to be a Gibbs when I become an adult. I may never become an adult. But yeah, that's the biggest thing I've said too. In the society today, okay, Gunsmoke and like Green Acres. I mean, I'd watch Green Acres. I mean, that wasn't too bad. I'd watch the Beverly Hillbillies. I can't remember the one name. And I can picture the guy, but I don't know his name. But I know he was in the original Battlestar Galactica. He was like the admiral in Battlestar Galactica. But I can't remember the guy's name. But in today's times, where they have tried to take away the violent, I watched them also. Okay. Where they've tried to take away the violence, so cartoons like Tom and Jerry and Bugs Bunny and the explosions and the Wile E. Coyote pranks, and it's just, it's too rough for kids of today's age. But the kids of today's age seem like, from when I was growing up, they're like complete hoodlums in this day and time. Where when I was growing up and you had these cartoons, I don't remember as much violence being around. I didn't see that much violence in school. You didn't hear about second graders getting into fights and, like 10 kids jumping another kid. You just didn't hear about it then. And nowadays, it just seems like it's just so much fucking worse. And the more they try and curb the violence, the more the violence seems to be there. I'm waiting to see how long before Miss Grimm's going to come torture me.
No, what they call for government.
You're gonna let me talk for a couple minutes.
Uh-huh. Because the problem is nobody's really going to see you because I have to be on. I have to sit on top of you.
Yeah. School shootings, exactly. Growing up, now, yes, I know you have a couple years on me, Cora, but you didn't have school shootings at that time, and I didn't have school shootings growing up during my time. I didn't really start seeing school shootings until much before Alex, Brandon, and Stephanie were getting into school. And I mean, Alex is going to be 31 in February. Brandon's going to be 28, and I think Stephanie's going to be 25.
They're all getting old.
I am watching wrestling while watching the Rev. Yeah, see, that's what I'm doing. I'm sitting here watching wrestling. I mean, I made it in an hour, almost an hour late, but no, you didn't. When growing up, I mean, I'm sure you had fights in school. There's always been fights in school. But back my time periods in school when I was younger, it was always a one-on-one. You went, you kicked each other's ass, and then the next thing you know, you end up being like the best of friends. But once I started getting up in grade school and further and closer to high school, now it was you had more than just one-on-one. Now it was like them and their buddies would end up getting in on it before you know it. And nowadays, I fear for these kids that get into a fight because you don't know if the other kid's going to pull out a gun from his backpack and shoot this kid. I just can't believe that they actually. I'm watching here because I missed this last week, the Jey Uso match. I just can't believe they took the belt off of Jey Uso already. I They got to be building up for something for that because he didn't even have the belt that long, and they're already putting it back on Braun Breaker. Throat's actually raw tonight. Oh God. Alex is here. Alex decided to stop and see his dad. I think he is going back with the bloodline. I think it's going to end up working that way too. The original bloodline, because they need to put something together for when it comes time for the war games. I don't know how I feel about this whole women's tag team division. Yeah, that's what we were just saying, Troy, about building up for Survivor Series war games. Because it's going to be new bloodline versus old bloodline, but they still got to bring in one more person, even if they take Jimmy and Jay and put them over there. You still need one more because you've got 3-on-4, right? Yeah, you got 3-on-4 as of right now, unless Solo ends up finding somebody else to bring in. I really wish they would do more with this team here, the DIY team. I mean, I like the Street Profits. I can't handle Pretty Deadly or whatever the hell those idiots are called. But I mean, they really had something with a chemical put together for DIY. Oh, Motor City Machine Guns next week. Up next. That'd be a good match. Well, yes, The Rock has come out, but who is he there for? Is he there for Roman or is he there for Sokoa? I mean, The Rock has an absolute hatred for Cody Rhodes. And with Roman losing the belt, The Rock looks at it that is a weakness. So therefore, you could not be the head of the table. But as far as I see it, The Rock should be the head of the table. So I'm interested to see how they play that. That will probably be my next pay-per-view that I end up watching because, as I said, this pay-per-view this weekend, next weekend I'm gonna miss because we'll either be working on more stuff for Holland's Customs or we're going to be working on the back of my eyelids, so that way when I go out that night and I got to drive all the way out there and then drive all the way home, at least then I won't be exhausted. Let's just hope we don't become part of the cool kids club when we're out there at this concert. Because last year's concert, me, Mama D, Miss Grimm became part of the cool kids club, and the three of us had gotten COVID. It was not happy. I ended up doing a show the following Friday with COVID. Oh yeah, I was struggling my ass off.
Really?
So I don't want COVID again. That was the first time I know for sure I had COVID and do not want it again. Good evening, everyone. Stopping by to say hello, playing blackjack with some friends. Well, Mr. Nast is playing blackjack.
Well, Darth isn't coming in because he's live on his show.
Oh, Darth is live. Yes. It absolutely sucked because it was like we went to the concert, on a Friday night. Saturday was good. Sunday was good. Monday we got the phone call that Mama D tested positive for COVID. And I was like, all right, I guess we need to test. And I popped instantly. I'm like, fucking kidding me. But it was like a couple days before you actually popped. So yeah, I was not.
He was not a happy girl.
No, was not a happy Grimm. Mr. Nash better not be out too late tonight because from what I understand, you are leaving early tomorrow morning. Which, everybody, tomorrow, I would definitely keep an eye because Mr. Nash may be doing some pop-ups on their way out to Cincinnati for the Eagles game on Sunday. But I believe it's about 10 o'clock on Sunday. Mr. Nast will be on live doing a pop-up from right there at the stadium. And he will be doing a little bit of a show then, and maybe he'll get us some inside views once they go inside to the stadium. But yes, the Basement Show will be on the road this weekend. Dirty Dominic Mysterio going against a former champion. I think they need to do something with the Viking Raiders because they just came back. They need to do something with the Raiders because they need to boost them back up again. They've been going way too long. Look at that picture of Brooklyn. That is awesome looking. Look at the clouds. Next Friday, Nia Jax versus Liv Morgan. Why are they going to do that on Friday when they got to face each other at Crown Jewel unless they're going to not go to Crown Jewel, and they're going to do that. Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Imperium. So we've been doing this now for about 25 minutes. Why don't we get a roll call and see who is here? Let's see. So I will do it this way. This way. Let's see. Roll call. Miss Grimm puts a lot of little skeleton faces with crossbones. Who else is here? We've got 4 people. So there's 2, and Cora is 3. Who is our 4th member? Could it be Mr. Nast? Could it be Mr. Evans? This here? Motor City Machine Guns. They're NXT tag team, but I see them within a year being signed over to one of the big brands. They really work with the crowd. You know, they're a good crowd pleaser. Bob likes them. Yeah, I like a lot of these guys that are up and coming because, you know, I mean, it brings a new atmosphere in. You know, a lot of these guys are doing stuff that, because some of these older guys just can't do this stuff anymore. You know, they're taking it easy with the bumps. And I can't blame them because, you know, you get seriously hurt, you are out for a while. I mean, think how long Eric from the Viking Raiders was out. You know, he's been out for at least about a year. But that's also like Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling. He is a he is a good entertainer. Hey, Jackie, how are you tonight? We're just sitting here, and a bunch of us are all kind of watching wrestling together. Because I'm old and what?
Because we're old.
Yeah, I'm old. Look like you're relaxing over there. Yeah, I didn't feel like going in the studio tonight. I just felt like sitting in my easy chair, and yeah, it's an easy chair. Think about it. It's easy to lay back in, and it's easy to sit up because you don't even have to work the handle. You just push a button. See? Push the button and we move.
I'm going to get an ice cream bar and then I will.
You're going to get an ice cream bar, and then I'm going to get tortured.
He looks like he's dead.
Who's dead? Brokey? Is he laying in the same spot he used to lay with the chameleons? Yes, definitely relaxed. Tomorrow's another early day. It just seems like it's one early day after another because, like today I had to get up early because they did the yearly fire inspection here, so we didn't know what time they were coming. So I started this morning at like 7:15, so that way I was up and functional. But I also didn't. Yeah, he's laying right where he used to lay with the chameleons. But then I didn't get to go lay down because my stepmother's up from Florida, so she came to see me today. Hey, Gary, how are you tonight, sir? So she came over. She was here for a little while. And then we had to run out, got back. Dinner was actually early because...
It wasn't supposed to be done until like 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be done till 7, but it was done at like 5. But it also works out well because I have to actually, after midnight tonight, I can have as much water as I want, but I can't have anything else because tomorrow, good, how are you? I'm not bad, it's just been a long day. And then tomorrow, I got to get up early so I can be out of here no later than 8 o'clock and go get my blood work done. And then after that, we got to go to one place. And then tomorrow, we got to do some running. So it's like, yeah. Everybody waits for the weekend. I don't wait for the weekend because it seems like the weekend, it even picks up more than it does during the week. You have to get up early too. I never get up early. Yeah, I know tomorrow you guys are getting up early because I think Mr. Nass said, what, like 7 o'clock or something you guys are leaving? So I know you guys are leaving early tomorrow morning.
Better you than me.
Yeah, we went and we actually looked at that house yesterday. And yeah, no, it's no. It's called Run. Like, for the amount of money they want for the house and the amount that's going to have to go into the house to get the house where it needs to get to, you might as well go out and buy yourself a $700,000 home. Because Troy is here and Gary said, yeah, about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Because the walls are bare bones. The electric panel, all the wires have been cut going to the electric panel. So there's no electric in the house. There's no water lines in the house. So all the copper is gone. There's no heating pipes. So you'd have to get all new vent work. There's no gas lines. So you have to put in all new gas lines. So, I mean, just doing all that and the permits alone, and you still have open walls. Then you got to go through and all the windows. Some of the windows have been replaced, but the problem is like one screw is holding the window in, or there's a door that's 15 feet up in the air and there's no steps or anything below it. But the one window I looked at, and I mean, there must have been this kind of gap above the window. So, I mean, you're talking almost inch and a half, and there was no header above the window. So you could see directly outside. So it's just it's not even worth it. And then there's a section that now the house sits. Would you say it's like a steep hill or like a cliff? It's definitely a very steep hill, and part of the foundation is starting to collapse. So it's got part of that's going to go down the hill, and then there's other sections, like even trying to get somebody in there just to pass it, so you could get in there to work on it. I don't even think you're going to get somebody in there to pass it because, I mean, you're looking possibly structural damage. You may have to actually jack part of the house up and put a new jack underneath of it. It's just, for what they want for the house, I think you're probably going to be close to about $300,000 getting the house to where it needs to be. Because the first thing you'd have to do is go in and buckle it all up. So this way, none of the critters can get in. All the cracks and everything are sealed, so weather's not getting in. Then once you do that, you could go in and start getting your plumbing and your electric and your HVAC systems and all that put in. But even after you get that in, I don't know if you can do all three at once, but then, township has to come out and check it because it's got to be done at code. And if it doesn't pass, that's at least longer. So, I mean, probably it would need about almost a year to about a year and a half worth of work before somebody could even move in and make it livable. Like it's not even livable right now. And then there's two sections. Normally, when you have stairs going down, like there's two different basements. Yeah. Frey and Luna both asked out. They didn't nap today either. But there's two separate basements, and then there's a sub basement below the one basement, and it's just there's doors in there that are put in upside down. They're already installed. There's these big open holes in the floor with steps that go down into these basements. It's not like you'd even like you walk into the main section of the house, you walk through the front door, there's not even any walls up except
You
for
open another tab, I'll send the pictures.
the problem is it's kind of hard.
Oh yeah, that way it's not going to work.
It can be done. I'd have to sign into my phone and just turn everything down. But yeah, it's way too much work. It's way too much money. It's just in the long run, it's not worth it at all.
And the layout's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, granted, it's got a really funky layout. You walk in and it's kind of like a big would you say it's like an octagon?
Maybe.
The living quarters where it would be like the living room and the kitchen would be like an octagon. Then you have what they call, I guess you would call that like the sky bridge.
Yeah.
You got like a sky bridge. And then you go into another room. And in that room, there's a big wall of glass block, but there's a set of stairs that goes down into the one section of the basement, which part of that basement is even open, like the wall has been blown out. But there's two rooms down there. I didn't even go down in that section. But like one section right by the fireplace, I was standing there and I could feel the floor starting to give. So I don't know what was up with that, but the floor had been cut open. Like I said, all the interior walls weren't even there. It's just a lot of potential, but somebody needs to really have the time to put into it. Ugh. So to me, it's just bottle walking across the table. To me, it's just not worth it.
We have other options and other.
Yeah, we're looking at a few other places. Like the realtor we've talked about, he's like, look, go out and look at the neighborhoods first. He goes, we can always find a house. He goes, but look at the neighborhoods, see where you really want to go and where you really want to be. Which makes a lot of sense. Oh, kick in the teeth. We have 5 people. We've been doing this about almost 40 minutes. We're going to get ready to go mobile. Mobilia.
And then I'll come back in and torture you.
I know will come back in and torture me.
Mm-hmm.
We shall torture me. Miss Grimm will torture me.
You asked for this. I do not want to hear you bitch.
Not bitching, but it can stay in until December.
No, I'll have to take it out and change locations because it will grow out.
Well, in December, I have to take it out anyway because I can't leave them in. Not during the surgery. They have to come out. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to go mobile. So let's close this. Mobilia. Let's open this. We're going to open the StreamYard and we're going to mute things real quick. Let's see, we're going to allow this. We're going to enter. We're going to turn that down. Wait a minute, come on. How is that? Oh,
I'm taking you guys outside. I just have to throw away my popsicle stick, or Frey is going to eat it. Huh? Did you find it? Are you sure?
yes. Now we shouldn't have.
No backbeat?
Shouldn't have backbeat. Look at that. Call of Duty.
I don't have the money to get you Call of Duty right
Duty.
now. I'm sorry.
Duty.
He's mad, guys. He wants his duty. You have no comments.
Huh?
You have no comments.
No, there are. It refreshes in here now.
Oh.
It becomes screwy now.
Okay.
It's screwy. But we have 4 people. Who all is here? Ugh. So let's sit down. Cora's here. Yeah, throat's a little raw tonight. But that could be because I smoked your resin earlier too. So we will do this anyway. We're going to put into the chat. There we go. So we know we have Cora. Who else is here? Says there are 4. Wow. Nobody else wants to answer. It is. Oh, Gary's here. So that's 2. There's still 2 more. It is a slow night on here. Alex is here. That's 3. So 1 more. Will number 4 step up and say they are here? Could it be Troy? Could it be Mr. Nast? Stephanie's here. There you go. So that would be 4 people.
You're not when we go and show everybody the new shirts.
The new shirts. Yes. Holland's Customs did a couple new shirts. Such
Tomorrow
as.
I start doing glow in the dark.
Yeah, tomorrow we start doing glow in the dark shirts. But let's see. Mr. Nast. I think he might have posted his shirts.
If we did.
Gary, did Mr. Nash show you the shirts for the trip? So yes, we have. Yes, thank you, and they're awesome. Well, thank you. Just remember, this is a new material that we have worked with. Turn them inside out, wash them with cold, and don't tumble dry.
Yes, hang dry them.
Hang dry them. Until I fully know more about this new product that we're working with, because unfortunately the old stuff that we were using is very, very hard to come by now. But this company, I actually really like how this company, how its colors and everything come out.
Tomorrow we do the glow in the dark.
Yes, tomorrow we'll be working on glow in the dark, and I have an idea for that first shirt. My naked nun with the crosses.
It says unholy.
Yes, the unholy shirt. But let's see. I've got a shirt inside that's been done in chameleon. And then we have the other shirts. So once,
Limited edition.
yeah, they are limited edition shirts from Holland's Customs. And they also have something behind them too, which we'll explain once we show you that shirt. I don't know how you want to show. I don't know if you want
I'll
to.
wait till you go back to the laptop.
I was going to say, go jump
I
into.
have to go potty.
No potty.
Yes, potty.
Yeah, the glow in the dark shirt should come out pretty awesome, because the thing with the glow in the darks is the paper that I have is the same company that I just did Mr. Nest and Gary's shirt out of. But you can print them out in color. So you can put a color picture, and then at nighttime it glows the green glow through the ink. So I don't know if it actually would make that image pop even more. It's definitely an experiment. Another company that we're going to work with, it's called DTF Film, which now it's you print, but you're actually printing it, and DTF actually prints in white ink. So you're printing your image, and then you have to add a powder that makes it turn to a certain color, and then you put it on, and it almost lifts off of the paper completely. It's a little bit to learn. But as I said, we've definitely been working with a lot of new things to bring new products, bring new improved products, and expand Holland's already growing inventory. As Cora knows, and a lot of people have seen the Halloween decorations that we're doing. Now I am working on custom mirrors, and it actually looks, you can do it with any picture, but it looks like it is coming through the mirror. So it's not even on top of the mirror. It's all done from the back of the mirror. So it's a completely 100% all hand custom on it. So we will try and show you a few things when I go in. As I said, the special limited edition shirts, there's actually more behind that than just seeing the shirt. Almost done. Bad habit. Trying to quit before my surgery. Very hard to do. But much better than things I could be doing. And Troy is here. So we have 6 people here. And then come the holidays this year, Holland's Customs has decided the new mirror is cool. Thank you. Now I've got the big mirror that I did with all the film, but then the little mirrors, that's the one that you just saw, right, Cora? It's the little one. It was like a reddish orange color, and it's got a Grim Reaper coming through the mirror. But as I said, I've got an idea for an Oogie Boogie, and that's going to be a green, slime green, frame around it, and then the mirror has to be completely customized and worked on. So, and when we do, if we're doing that 24-hour shows, yeah, the little one, and the 24-hour shows, if we are doing one of that, then we are probably actually going to have a crafting spot. So you might actually get to see a craft that goes from beginning to end. Oh. Okay, cigarette is out. Let's see. Where did you put the glowy paper? Hello there. Let's see. See if we can find stuff around here. I don't know where Miss Grimm put some of this shit. That's always the big problem. All right, so the ink's been put away. Babe, where did you put the glow-in-the-dark paper? Paper. Look behind the cricket. Phrase good. All right, so I need to set you guys down for a second. Yes, so this is the new company we're working with for our normal shirts. As I was saying, if you can see it, trying to, so that will be the glow in the dark stuff, which I am excited to work on that. So let's see here. We'll get ready to jump back in on the other computer, and Miss Grimm can bring the shirts over and show the shirts behind me. So let's all right, so we're gonna mute again, so this way things don't go south. So it will be on in a second. And there we go. So that's how we do that. Let's just turn this back up. I always got to look. All right. So there we go. There is that. Now Miss Grimm's bringing over. I was going to say, do you want to bring over the... So there's the first one on a black shirt. Now this is what chameleon colors look like. Because as you move it, it changes color. And now the limited edition shirts all hail the Mad Red King.
And these are completely customizable.
And this is completely customizable again. So that's the front of the shirt. Try and get that up a little closer. Donor Mom, AJ, and Hope. And then on the back, peace, love, hope, organ donation saves lives. Troy, thank you, Troy. Troy says hello. And the thing with these shirts here,
the donor mom can be taken off, and anything can be put there or can be left alone.
Yeah, the donor mom can be taken off, anything can be put there. But with these shirts here, thank you, Cora. Anyone orders these shirts, part of that proceed will actually go to the Gift of Life Foundation, where AJ and Hope actually gave their organs to help others be able to live on. So, hey, Kelsey. So in a couple weeks, we will actually be going.
Kels may like them.
All right, Kels, you're coming in late. Happy Friday. This is a limited edition Holland's Customs shirt. Cousin Crew.
Cousin Crew.
Yes, that is a limited edition. And if anybody orders one of those shirts, a part of the proceeds will go to the Gift of Life organization. Thank you, Kelsey. And we also did another shirt that has, what's it say? From our first kiss to our last breath. But Miss Grimm's is in pink, and the one that I did actually is in chameleon colors. So as the shirt moves around and you walk with the shirt, the color of the print actually changes. And then, as we said, tomorrow we'll be starting to try the glow-in-the-dark paper. That's a news hope. Kelsey said she'll support the cause. She goes, that's amazing. Thank you, Kels. It's one of those things that on November 10th, we are actually going. How do I describe this?
We are going to the Gift of Life luncheon,
The Gift of Life luncheon.
where we can possibly meet the recipients of the kids' awards.
We may possibly meet the recipients of the children who, or the people that received AJ and Hope's organs that they had donated. So,
The little boy that has Hope's heart.
the little boy that has Hope's heart,
The older woman that has.
the woman that has Hope's kidney and pancreas,
Yes. Or liver.
or I think it might be pancreas, but we may meet the people who AJ actually helped give the gift of sight to. So that is November 10th.
Cancer patients who received bone marrow from AJ.
Yes. So as I said, these shirts are. Thank you, Cora. These shirts are.
They
limit-
lost the belt.
There we go. There you go. That's who I was hoping would get those belts. Motor City. There you go. So yes, we will possibly get to meet these people if they do choose that they want to meet the people who gave. How amazing that AJ and Hope saved lives. It is true. I mean, in AJ and Hope's life, they were always trying to help however they could. They knew at Christmas time that there were children out there that didn't receive
I need to teach that to my grandson.
Christmas. There were little boys and little girls that
What are you
weren't going
doing?
to get Christmas because of whatever the situation may be. And every year, Hope and AJ would go through their toys and we would find families and they would donate their toys to families with children who may not get anything at Christmas, or they would help us put together a food package for families so that the families would have holiday meals. They always helped with the animals. They worked in the rescue with us, and we used to do the same thing. Yes, that is true. You guys growing up, Steph, you and your brothers were
Well, we
taught the same way. They were all taught at an early
did you
age.
and Heather do that, or was that me and you?
You tried to give up my Hannah Montana doll. Yeah, I hated that fucking Hannah Montana. I wish I could have met them.
You
I
loved
love
it, and
hearing
it was
about
great
them.
seeing the smile on her face, but I wanted to fucking
Oh my
kill her.
god, I wanted to rip the fucking batteries out of that thing. And the guitar. But no, they yes, it was very nice of them. They were very, very, they were not selfish children. They looked at it that they were very, very fortunate on what they did have. They were spoiled, and they looked at there were things that they were donating that they had never even opened or played with that were still brand new. I remember the song it sang. No,
Shut up,
thank
Stephanie.
God I've forgotten. I don't want to fucking remember. But
She starts singing it. I'm letting Freya loose.
yeah. But yes, so we are going to go, and as I said, at that time, we knew that the kids would want to help. They would want to help however they could. That's just how they were, and they were able to give, and they helped quite a few people. And AJ's helping even more people than anybody could even think. I mean, he gave his corneas and gave 2 people the gift of sight. They weren't able to give, AJ could not give skin because he had some burns on his back. But AJ was able to give cartilage and actually gave a woman that was having problems walking. She can now walk and run around with her 2-year-old daughter because AJ was able to give that cartilage. Um, the other big thing that AJ gave, AJ was a universal donor, which means they were able to get bone marrow from AJ. And that just goes so very far along. And, AJ is still giving. Hope was able to give her heart, and she was able to give her pancreas, her kidneys, her liver, because where the kids were going, they didn't need them in their future. And that is the same thing I always say to everybody. Our bodies are just a our bodies are just a vessel. Thank you for sharing all of this. How amazing. You two have amazing kids. I have no doubts. Thank you. I mean, my other three, I'd love to beat them because I do have three older ones. I mean, there is Stephanie Ortiz that is in chat. She is my oldest daughter. And then I have my middle son, Brandon. And then I have my oldest son, Alex. And they all have good hearts too. I mean, they're rough around the edges, but you know what? They're good kids too. And that is just one thing we've always said, is that your body is just a vessel. It just holds your spirits. And I know we don't do the whole religion thing here, and we're not going to get into that, but when the time comes, you no longer need this body. Yeah, they are. I always joke on them. They are. I mean, they're all getting older. They're doing their thing. You know, they're doing the best that I could expect from them. I couldn't expect any more than how they are. Oh, we try. We was raised right. All thanks to our daddy.
No, I'm glad I'm chocolate.
Yeah, Miss Grimm's chopped liver. I mean, Miss Grimm. I mean, you've been in Stephanie's life since she was what, 8?
8.
Yeah, Stephanie was 8 years old when Shannon first started coming around. And now, if I'm not mistaken, Stephanie will be 25 in January. 25, right, Steph? You'll be 25, Brandon will be 28, and Alex will be 31. You got get parents. Remember that? A wonderful mother figure we had. Yeah, I mean, Shannon took you in as you guys were her own, and many nights you guys went to Shannon instead of coming to Dad because you figured Dad was going to kill you.
Yeah, I was the come to me, let me calm Dad down.
Come to me, I will control. I will get your father to mellow out. Don't worry about your father. Yeah. Meant to say great parents. Thank you, Cora. All I could do is say that I did what I thought was my best. I was scared to tell Shannon I was pregnant. I think you were scared to tell Shannon you were pregnant. I think you were much more scared to tell me you were pregnant. Kelsey says hi, cuz.
Hi. What day in January is her birthday?
January 10th.
Bubby was the 16th.
Yep, AJ was the 16th of January. AJ would have been 14 this year. AJ would have been 14 this January. Only thing he wanted to do was to become an adult. What happened to Echo? Echo got foobarred. Amber's here.
But he did
Hey,
become
hey.
an adult. You want to know why?
I remember his birthday.
He was a hero.
It is true. AJ and Hope are definitely heroes. And I'm January 27th. My son is January 14th. Troy is April 27th. I am April 3rd. And this year I will be old. Cora's going to turn around and go, oh my God, you're making me feel old. Yes, this April 3rd, I will be 52 years old. Like I said, Cora's going to turn around and go, stop, you're making me feel old. Troy will be 36. Yes, I will be 52. And I think my cousin can remember when I was running around the house with my big wheels and shit like that. I'm the oldest. Gary says he's the oldest. You're making me old. I remember you were born. Yeah, it's true. Cora will remember when I was born. Never got to meet them, but every year now I will always remember them since LG's birthday is the day everything happened.
Yep.
You old bastard. Just kidding.
No, he is an old bastard.
Oh, that
Okay.
was Steph. You old bastard. Shut the fuck up. Just kidding. No, I am older than you, Gary. Yeah, my cousin has you. Oh my God, I want to get big wheels. Do they still make them? I don't think they make
Yes,
them
they do.
anymore. Do they make them?
I think so. Hold on. Double checking.
The
Backtracking.
biggest problem with the big wheels, you used to drive them, but after a while, the tire would start slipping when you go to take off, and the center of the
You buy
front.
it on Amazon.
You can buy them on Amazon, and the front,
Chilling big wheel speedster.
the center tire in the front, the center of the tire would wear away, and you'd be driving around on this floppy
That's
thing.
it. I'm getting it for Lena, and I'm big.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I'm going to have to step away. I wanted to stop on and say hi, though. I hope you both have had a great day. I'm sure we'll talk again soon. Cousin Crow. Kelsey, thank you
Bye,
always
Kels.
for stopping in. Greatly appreciate that.
Can I get it? Do it pink and purple for Lena. So she can run over her brothers.
There you go. We're going to get this for Elena so that way she can run her brothers over.
Does it have a bell horn for safety?
Biker mama.
Fuck.
She can be biker baby.
Biker
We'll do something with that hair of hers. You know,
paint it up like Fast Jack.
yeah, we could paint the bike up like Fast Jack. There you go. She can ride around the house making vroom vroom sounds. So how are you coming to torture me? This is how everybody's going to get to see me tortured now. We have a driveway. It was on a hill. I so could see LG flying down it. Send me the link. Amber wants you to send her the link.
Oh.
For the big wheel.
$100.
Well, he's got a dress. It's $100. Are you serious?
$99.99.
Were they really that expensive growing up? I don't know. Of course, have a great night, Cousin Crew. Shannon, I'll buy one of those shirts or by my PayPal a donation to the cause, whatever is easier.
I'll tell her I'll text her in a minute.
She'll text you in a minute, Kels. So, but thank you very much. November 15th, I had my tubal consultation. Just kind of watch stuff because some of those doctors will try and talk you out of it. You know, don't you and Rodney need to make that decision. Don't let anybody come in and change that decision or force you into that decision. That, as we always say at the end of the shows that I do, don't take any shit from anybody. And if you're walking through hell, walk through hell like you fucking own the place, because only you and your family can choose the destiny that it is going to take. Nobody can run your life. Nobody can tell you how to run your life. Nobody should tell you how to run your life. It's what makes you and your family number one happy. Everything else is just a close second. Freya got bone. Freya bone. Come here, Freya. Come here. Here she. No, there she is. Maybe we could see her. There we go. You can see good puppy face. Oh, it's such a sweet puppy. Daddy's puppy. Yeah. Daddy's puppy. Daddy's vicious killer attack dog.
Until Sissy gets here, and then it's Sissy.
I don't know if anybody can see the way I'm sitting, but if I actually do this, now you can see her stick her head up over top. Such a big baby.
She's gonna get mad in a minute.
Such a big baby.
Ah. Damn it, Johnny.
What happened? All the rubbers fell out. Oh boy. So yes, Miss Grimm's going to torture me a little bit. But as we know, the Reverend is always trying to do something. I didn't want to keep risking myself having more kids. I'm afraid one more and I want to be here and I won't be here anymore. I was blessed with the 4 monsters. I'm good. Well, I mean...
Oh, she's finally listening. Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry. No.
You know, there comes a certain point in life where you get to the spot where you want to be.
You may have to put the fan down on the floor to adjust the camera, or else everybody's going to see my butt.
Your big butt? Miss Grimm's big butt. Why, what am I going to be laying? Do I need to lay down more?
Mm-hmm.
Good for you, Stephanie. Agreement was have Elena. I was done. Well, there you go. Man, you know, your stepmother only had decided. I mean, she only wanted 2. You know, it's not that she didn't want you guys, but you guys weren't her own. But she accepted you as her own. But she wanted 2 of her own. And I really didn't want to do any more than 2 because I wasn't getting any younger. What's it, unplugged?
Yeah.
How the hell did it get unplugged?
Because I had to plug my laptop in.
There should be
have to scooch over.
another spot to plug in.
It's fine.
Yeah. Ooh, let the torture begin.
Sorry.
Ow!
I'm trying to keep it to your cross this way.
Okay, well, how about hold that, and then do that. Fucking zipper it up while my face is in it. Jerky. That's starting to make it where I can't breathe. Let me tell you, Elena, attitude sucks,
So did yours.
but need another girl. What are you looking for? The next stage of the Reverend.
3 sections. Or do you want me to do 3, 2, 1?
Whatever you think.
It's not what I'm asking you.
Originally, I was saying like 3 sections, but if I don't know what you mean by 3, 2, 1.
It would be 3 sections, then go to 2, and then go to 1.
If you can do it, if you think that's easier.
It's no matter what. What are you two doing? I am putting Viking beads in his beard. He's been bitching and bitching and bitching that I haven't sat down and done it. So I'm sitting here and I am doing it now.
Different things that we do at different times.
You fucking scumbag. You're a scumbag. Just remember.
Just remember what? You're gonna
Never a dull moment. No, Garrett, it never is.
No. The Grimm is always looking for the next possible thing he can do.
And the only reason I have these hair ties is from when we did Mr. Nast's the micro poofs. And he went into work. I think he went into work like he went into work like that.
Yeah, he looked like a screwed up version of Trump.
That's fucked up.
What's fucked up?
Leave the handlebar real alone.
Did he look like a Trump?
Yeah, unfortunately, I gotta do it again.
No, never a dull moment.
No, I'm not. I mean, I could go get purple and make it purple.
I think we have purple here.
I do.
But yes, we always come up with something. Unfortunately, I can't necessarily read the what's called right now.
No, but right now it looks like he's got pigtails. Steph, look, Daddy's got pigtails like Lena did.
Yeah, at least I ain't looking emo.
Steph, do you remember when we used to do Daddy's hair?
When I had hair that I could do. Ha ha.
Yep, and Steffi used to color you.
Yep, because used to have Steph draw in all my tattoos.
All right, well, your center patch is much thinner than the sides.
Well, yeah.
I don't know what we're gonna do.
Just happens as we get older that, we get thinner in some spots. Interesting. You would put the beads, how many beads you want on first, and then you would pull the hair through.
I know that. The problem is, I can't get all your hair because it's so many different fucking lengths.
Well, some of it you're not going to get.
Yeah. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I may have to bring it down to smaller sections. Yep. This one should take. The other ones are too thick.
All learning experience.
Thing. I'm breaking shit. In a minute, I'm gonna go get a fucking pan.
So what you do is you put however many beads on that
I
thing.
know that.
Well, then why you only put one bead on?
Because shut up and let me know what I want to do.
Help. The promo was cool today. Thank you, Troy. Really didn't do much work on it. Hey, woman, how's my costume coming along? Her shirt.
Who?
Amber.
Oh, I should have had it done this weekend. You can have that back now.
What's the matter?
The hair ties. Not thick enough.
Why? What's it doing?
It's going to catch the hair tie.
That's fine.
No, because then it's going to go whoop.
Ah.
So I have to put another hair tie in you. My back is killing me doing this. I'm not stoned enough for this.
Go take some more. Go take a chocolate.
I didn't use coconut oil. I used his beard oil.
So there's 5 people. Who all still here? Let's do a roll call.
Now I may have put too many.
What? How many's on there? 2?
1. What? Hair
No,
beads?
beads.
1, but I had to double up the hair tie because it was so thick. I needed it to be thicker.
Let's see. Gary's here. Cora's here.
I should have just bought the fucking metal one. Would have been easier. Oh, God.
What happens if you take them and tight braid them?
This part's gonna suck. I'm sorry.
Figure it out.
Trying another idea.
Miss Grimm's always got ideas.
I put the bead in first.
Troy's here. Gwen's here.
Hi, wifey. I don't know if it's gonna stay. That's the problem.
He says hi too.
Hi.
We're trying things. 101 ways to torture Grimm.
It's a small world after all.
Anybody want to see something really funny? Anybody see Miss Grimm fall on her ass? So, yeah, anybody, I don't know who all would remember, but there used to be this thing that was like a razor, but it wasn't a razor. It was for women for hair on their legs, and it was like a spring. And you used to, it would rip the fucking hair out. Well, this kind of same principle right now. I remember that torture device. What's the matter? Now you have to. Gwen says she remembers that.
I don't.
You don't remember? Yeah, it was like a little plastic thing. And then, like I said, there was a spring in it. It wasn't even a razor blade. And you just pull it and it just ripped the fucking hair out. It's the same principle like what just happened with the rubber bands. It felt like it was ripping my hair out. I may I don't know how we got muted, but somehow or another we got muted. No clue. So we've got 5 people. So the 5 people that are here right now,
No.
we are leaving
Go.
a open
Goodbye.
floor. We can discuss anything that anybody wants to put on the table. We will gladly talk about it. Troy is here. So if you have something that you specifically want to talk about, we will talk about it. No holds barred. Fair game. 7 people. So come on, let's get some ideas. We got about a half an hour left here. You never know. If we get a major discussion going, we may have more than a half an hour. So let's see. Bring something out. Doing that. Nobody has anything they want to discuss. Luna has something to discuss. It is the Luna show. Luna, look. Hi. Yes, hi. Thank you. Luna's wearing her sweater because she was cold. Luna wearing her hoodie. Oh, Luna crushing daddy rib. Yes, hi, Luna. And Freya's being lazy bones. And now Luna's taking me for a ride. Luna, come on. I have the control panel right here next to. Now, get your buns off of the control panel. The control panel is right here on the side of the chair. And the dogs lay against it. And the next thing you know, I'm going one direction or the other. But it's always really funny. Freya climbs up on the foot of my chair. And next thing you know, I was flipped up. Gary says, how was everyone's summer? Summer was strange this year. It seemed very, very long. But the weather just was completely screwy because it was either extremely hot and humid. Gotta take Tree to work. We talk about taking Tree to work. All right, you got to take Tree to work. You still have a cell phone. Your cell phone can work that way. So summer was definitely screwy. Me, I am definitely enjoying this weather that we have been having that is quite interesting lately. I mean, one second it's cold as shit. The next second we're hitting it like 80-degree day. You know, thankfully, there's no humidity. I don't know, Gary. It might be. Is it supposed to be cold out there where you guys are going in Cincinnati this weekend? Because I think tomorrow is I think Mr. Nass said it's like a 9-hour drive, which isn't bad. Yes, I am glad that summer is over. We are now getting into the colder months. I will actually be interested once December hits and I get this surgery because I will be laid up with this one for a little while. It'll take some time. I will recover through the winter. And then come springtime, I will be back into I won't say 100% because I will never be 100% ever again, but I will be to the best that I will be able to get to. 9-hour drive, and I've been keeping track of the weather past couple of days. What is that? Whack-a-mole.
When mom trusts dad to the Halloween decoration.
Oh, it's such a shame that these don't come up the right way, but it is a whack-a-mole. And instead of it being moles, it's three little babies with their heads sticking up out of the mole holes.
And it's got an inflatable hammer attached to it too.
Hey, as long as there's just an inflatable hammer, it's all fun and games until somebody puts an eye out.
Oh, no.
Well, we are starting to lose people. We are now down to 3 people. So would that be Cora, Troy, and Gary? Because Gwen had to take Tree to work. So we have 3 people left. Who are the 3 people?
Yeah. Fun.
Like ASOS, every place I go, there's a lady across the street.
Gary says I'll be a spring chicken again. No, if anything, after I got my last hip done, there was some complaints. And imagine after I get this hip done, Cora's still here. After I get this hip done, there's really going to be some complaints. But with the hips done, hopefully by spring, the other surgery that I had to take the rod out, hopefully at that point, the knee won't be acting up as much because, again, and Troy is still here, it won't be acting up as much, and the arthritis will settle out a little bit since they went through all the arthritis to take the rod out. But once the arthritis is gone from this hip, when they take the hip out and it heals up, I should be able to do a lot more. I should be able to walk more, where right now I can walk, but after a while the hip starts to bother me, and once it gets bothering, it becomes very, very lazy, and at times it just doesn't want to work the right way. So, I mean, there is that issue there.
No, you have to watch that now.
I have to watch this now.
Because I want to see how long before I get told I'm a horrible human being.
Miss Grimm sends me something I have to watch now.
We'll look at the second one later.
That one?
No.
This one?
Yes.
I've been feeling like myself. Sometimes look in my face, want to shoot myself.
Wow.
He's live.
Who's live?
Joey Ray.
Oh, my hip surgery. Enough. My hip surgery, my next surgery, and that'll be the hip surgery, will be the 16th of December. Enough. If she's going to keep it up, she needs to go home.
You're going to woo me. I'm going to beat you.
No wooing. So yes, December 16th is the goal of when the hip surgery is going to be done. And then it's a bare minimum of at least home and complete rest for 2 weeks. Back in chat, heading home, so gonna be lurking here in chat. You do that, Mr. Nast. You lurk. So yes, at least 2 weeks I will be solidly here at the dungeon, and then it's at least 4 to 6 weeks before all the incisions and everything heal up. And then it's about 6 to 8 weeks before you really are getting things going again. and then to fully heal it, Mr. Nass lurking, to fully heal the bone and everything after they cut the bone and put the prosthetic into it, and the bone to actually grow and attach itself to the prosthetic takes about a year.
Ow!
Baby steak, that is awesome. So yes, so it'll take about a year for it to completely fully heal inside with the bone, but you figure by spring I will be up and pretty much functional again.
Wow.
But when I have this surgery, I probably will be gone from the basement show for probably at least a good month, just because I need the time to heal, but two, I also need to get myself into that zone to be working on my hip without thinking of other things. Because when I had my other hip, I was doing things that within days that people weren't even doing in 2 weeks. So I just need to sit down, get my head into the game, and concentrate on the heel.
Shit.
Which is one of the reasons why on the 13th we are looking at doing a 24-hour show.
Hang on.
Yes.
There's a haunted pizza place up by Mare that they serve you pizza in skulls and coffins and crossbones and
Oh, we are going to a haunted pizza place.
the Cozy Pizzeria and Restaurant, 17,000 Sullivan Trail, number 3, Easton, PA.
You need to say that
I just did.
because Mr. Nash would like to go. I mean, think about it. Getting a slice of pizza in a skull or a coffin, that would be
Here.
fucking awesome. Oh, it's like skull pizza. Oh, that place has all kinds of horror paraphernalia. That would be awesome.
Their oh my God, they've got giant skull garlic knots filled with mozzarella.
Great. Giant skull garlic knots. And then we will see Reverend Grimm's skull that later that night because, you know, Mrs. Grimm will be blowing his skin off from all the farting. Mr. Nass says he's in. We go up to Easton, PA. We go up. We get some skull bread and some skull coffin pizza, and I mean that would be awesome. I think what we need to do.
Oh, that's something you would fucking do.
What would I do? Miss Grimm says it's something I would do, but doesn't.
Mr. Nass, oh, you're out.
Yeah, he's not home yet. Which I told him tonight not to even worry about jumping in the studio.
Why am I having so many problems trying to send?
I don't know why you're having problems trying to send.
Okay, I'll just show you.
That is awesome. So
Now, hold on. He wasn't clapping his hands,
well, he was, yeah, it was.
but ball slapping.
Yeah, so here you go. So here's the concept. Anybody remember the device called the clapper? You would clap and it would turn the light on, and you clap again and it turns the light off. Or, you know, you double clap or some shit like that, and then they got real fancy with it. So this is basically the concept of a clapper. But it's in your bedroom, and what it is it comes up from the bed, and as the noise claps, it makes a firework burst. So now this is where we're going to get really, really twisted, people. So laying in bed, The fireworks are going off, but it's not going off because you are not clapping your hands. Something else is slapping something else and making the fireworks go off. Whole new meaning to Shazam. See, how could we get through a night without the Reverend starting some shit? So I think what we need to do is we need to go mobile. And the Reverend can smoke his cigarette.
That's just mean.
Yes, I thought it was funny too, Mr. Man. What's me?
Octopus versus mason jar with lid.
No, because they
She got
they
it
are
all.
very, very intelligent animals. They will get a mason jar, they will figure it out, and they will pop the lid off, and there's a crab in there, so which is their favorite food. So they figure out how to get the lid off, and they get the crab.
Let me get an octopus.
I wanted an octopus for a long time.
Are they salt or fresh?
They are saltwater, but they are
Oh.
completely intelligent animals. You may be able to do the same thing like a skate. A skate, sometimes you can do brack, which is a slight mixture between, it's almost like brine water. But what was it? Oh, so last night, myself, Miss Grimm, what are you going to do with an octopus? What do you think I'm going to do with an octopus? I'm going to have it as a pet.
Is your daughter on or no?
No, but Alex asked, what am I going to do with an octopus? The fuck do you think I'm going to do with an octopus? I've always had exotic animals. But last night, speaking of animals, so myself, Mr. Nast, and Miss Grimm are, yes, Stephanie's here, are sitting here, and Miss Grimm turns around and goes, that is such a shame. Calamari is an octopus. Yes, that is true.
No, calamari is squid.
Oh, yeah, squid. Calamari is squid. Two different animals. And Miss Grimm turns around and she goes, that is a shame. And I'm like, what? So she shows me this picture of this kitten. Now, the kitten has no hair up here above its eyes, and both of its eyes are stitched closed. And the reason is because somebody thought it was funny to dump battery acid in this cat's face. What kind of people are there today that, I mean, you're taking a kitten and it's funny to put battery acid in their eyes and on their face. So now this animal is blind for the rest of its life. I would love to get that person and actually put a little bit of like acid, some kind of acid into their eyes. I absolutely hate people. I'm sorry, guys. I love all you guys. But I just hate.
You hate animals.
Why would people do that? I don't know, Troy. I mean,
That's why you never became an animal cop.
that is one, yes, that is exactly one reason why I never became an animal cop. I hate that when people do that on to an animal. I agree, because there was another story Miss Grimm had read to me. Now, this cat is in the shelter right now. The cat,
But that's not too much.
no, the cat is 10 years old. The owner passed away. And when they found the cat was curled up with its owner. And unfortunately, they had to take the cat to the shelter because there was nobody to take the cat. And it's a shame, and it's not that person's fault, but this is the love that an animal is giving to you. Like, don't get me wrong. Luna and Freya and the cats here, they are at times, it's like, oh my God, I want to kill them all. But the love that they turn around, these animals give unconditional love to people. And you get these people out there that just, oh, we got nothing to do. Let's hurt an animal. And as I said, this is one of the reasons why I would never become an animal cop, because I would have hurt somebody. I would have been the one to, like prime example. Here you go. I love this commercial. This commercial here is animals all have special needs. And look at Fred. Well, there's tripods. There's a dog missing an eye. There's another one that's got his legs in the wheelchair. 504,000 animals. Subaru. Over $60,000 has been donated to an organization for animals that have special needs, such as a tripod, an animal that's had a leg removed, or an animal that's had an eye removed. Feel that way with Wakanda and Kira, but I love them. No, exactly. I mean, ever since you guys were growing up, you've always known that I've had an animal, whether it's a dog. I'm not a big cat person, but there are some cats that I do like. I am, like I said, I am more of a dog person, but I will not turn away a cat. I've had lizards and, fish and different animals like that. And no matter what the animal is, even my fish, I've always taken extreme care of my animals. And I just don't get how people, even though I don't have Silver anymore because my father-in-law has her, that's still my baby. Like Freya, she is a big lug. But at night, she is my pillow because I'm like laying on her. And she is perfectly fine with it. The chameleons, I'll go over. I'm more of a dog person, but I do like cats. No, I like you said, I like cats, but I am definitely more of a dog person. Um, the one cat that we have here, Evie, I've actually been trying to teach her how to play fetch. Um, you need to have a talk with your dog. You better look at mommy.
Really?
Luna just got in shit's crick.
Really?
Luna just decided to go over and take one of mommy's sneakers and start chewing on mommy's sneaker. And now Luna's over there trying to kiss mommy's ass. That thing hurts, doesn't it? Brian, no. You all right?
Yeah, I got it on her teeth.
Yeah, and I told you the other day because I got whacked with that damn thing. Does Froakie play fetch? No, Froakie likes, what would you say they are? Springs? Yeah, she's over there kissing your ass. Froakie's got these little like plastic springs that he likes flinging around, but he'll take it over to the bookcase and he'll fling it and it goes all over the place in the bookcase in the bottom, and then he'll slap it around and it goes all over.
The big culprit of losing that is underneath the cabinet.
Evie will kind of do a little bit of fetch. I'm working on making sure she will bring it back. We haven't fully gotten that down yet, but
no, she comes back to you just on her own time.
Yeah, she'll come back to you with the ball, but it's not right away. All right, so we've got 6 people. We're going to do one more of these, and I'm going to go mobile in the process. So I will be mobile in a second. Don't go anywhere. Got to turn this down. Yoink. And we will turn this and we will mute this. All right. So let's remove this real quick. I don't know if we're getting back feed or not. Oh. So we're going to go outside. We are going to go mobile. And we're going to get ready to do our closeout. It is hard to believe that an hour has come and gone already. So it says we have 4 people. Cora's here. 5 people. Got a little chilly tonight, but not too bad. So let's go over to our banners. The first one we're going to run is the Holland's Customs. So you can find Holland Customs on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. If you can think it, we can make it. We are working on a ton of new things. Tomorrow we should have some glow-in-the-dark shirts done so people can start getting an idea what that looks like. So you can always contact us through Holland's Customs. You can contact us. I believe there's a link right there on the Basement Show page. And, again, you can find it Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. You can always message myself or Mrs. Grimm. We got a comment. Me here, red light. Yeah. Coming soon, thebasementshowlive.com. The reason that we want to do this, because you see that we have Facebook, but we want to try and go away from the social media. We want to be able to put out the content that everybody should be able to listen to without, us getting hit for a copyright, With doing this, again, this comes back to freedom of speech. Everybody should get to say what they want. Same principle in here. If you guys say something and Facebook doesn't like it, the next thing you know, you guys are getting hit from Facebook and you're going to Facebook jail for, 24 to 48 hours. Once we find an actual .com site that we can run a chat, we will be doing the live stream and the chat in there. So this way you guys can continue to interact with us. The shows will still be going up on Facebook and YouTube, but they are going to be edited. So this way, things that we want to do on the website, we won't have any restrictions. Certain things we will have to cut and bleep out and change on the social medias. The next thing we're doing here is we're doing our show lineup. Now, with our show lineup, we took the times off because now, if you want to know the times, you got to keep an eye out for that post that day because the hosts are going to be the ones that are going to choose that time. Now, I can tell you, usually it doesn't start before 8 o'clock, but it usually also does not start after 9. 9 is usually the latest any shows will start. So Monday night with Mama D and Miss Grimm, you've got Ladies Night. Tuesday night, usually it's myself and Mr. Nast. You could always have somebody different in there, but that is the Memories of Drago and Tink, where we will talk about AJ and Hope, but it gives everybody else the chance to talk about memories of loved ones or memories that they're working on now or just good times in general. Wednesday nights, we relaunched Entertainment Night. It was always a favorite. I know we did. What did we do? Mr. Nass. That is what Mr. Nass has done.
Lately, it's been gang up on Mr. Nass.
Movie trivia. He did the singing the one night, and then this past week was gang up on Mr. Nass as he was doing Mad Libs, which turned into quite a funny experience.
Turned into a complete fucking shit show.
Yes, that was a shit show.
I hope you weren't planning on, because the whole inside of my mouth is torn.
Well, I told you, I got smacked with it the other night. Yeah, shit hurts. That rope sucks. Okay, so Thursday nights is to be determined. Lately, we've been taking the night off. You know, I mean, we're not quite sure what we're doing with Thursday nights. We don't know if we're going to take the nights off, if we're going to do shows, if it's just going to be a pop up. You never know. Friday nights, I can tell you, will start at 9 o'clock. The Reverend Grimm show does not start before 9. So it is the Reverend Grimm and Crimson Phoenix show at 9 o'clock on Fridays. Now, as we get closer to that December 13th mark, December 13th, we are looking at a 24-hour show that would start on 9 o'clock on a Friday night and go until 9 o'clock the following Saturday night. And we already have a few people that are willing to come in and sit as guests and actually take a couple hours, because it is going to be a lot of people helping out the Reverend on this, which in turn turns around that you actually would get 12 shows. Granted, I know not everybody can stay in the full 24 hours. And if you can, that is absolutely amazing. But, you know, Mr. Nast is going to be in there. Myself and Miss Grimm's going to be in there. Darth Nexus 5, which, again, might actually be there somewhere. Not quite sure, but again, we will let you know more as that goes. So stay tuned for it. And also, there is always an occasional pop-up show. So tomorrow, you could have some pop-up shows during the drive out to Cincinnati with Mr. Nast. Sunday morning at 10 o'clock, I know you are going to have a pop-up show with Mr. Nast. And that is going to be the pregame show. And maybe he will do something once they are inside the stadium. So make sure you tune in and watch Freddie posts on that. And as we were just saying, special shows coming this weekend with Mr. Nass. Stay tuned for updates. So you could get some updates by morning. You never know, but always keep your eye out. You can follow The Basement Show with Mr. Nass on Facebook and YouTube, as well as on TikTok at The Basement Show with Mr. Nass. Please like, share, and follow all of those platforms. You can see the shows on Facebook. You can see them on YouTube. Right now, TikTok is mainly promotional, but we do have the TikTok channel. Let's see here. Make sure to drop a reaction on each show. Now, not just our shows. Make sure you go out there and support, okay? Because it is a free way to support us and our shows, but also other people's shows that you're in. But if you like it, make sure you're letting the host know that you like it by dropping them that reaction. This way they know that they are putting out the quality entertainment that you are enjoying. And Troy is here. We'll go back in here. The other thing that we don't have a banner for is Darth Nexus 5. He is on, let me see if I can get this right, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, and I think Twitter.
X.
Which it's now X. It was formerly Twitter. Make sure that you go check him out. Tell him that the Basement Show sent you over. Tell him I sent you over. Absolutely amazing guy. He is always on. He is funny as shit. And he will be one of the people coming and joining us on December 13th at some point, taking over a part of the Reverend Grimm show. So, the last but not least, here it is. And we ask that if you see this hashtag, we ask that you share it and help us get this out there. Hashtag justice for AJ and Hope. It always comes to this one that this is the hardest one to really discuss and really what to say. Other than the days are coming closer and closer when we will get that justice for AJ and Hope that they so much deserve. They were taken way too soon in life. That all of us here at the Basement Show and their family and their extended family and friends, it's just such a major loss. I mean, all of us here, one way or another, at the Basement Show, have that relation with AJ and Hope, but also, their cousin Cora is here all the time, and their sister Stephanie, Uncle Johnny, Mr. Nast, and, Aunt Mama D, Godmom Mama D, and, mine and Miss Grimm's son and daughter. But if you see this out there, please share it. That day is coming very, very soon. They will get the justice that they so much deserve. They are always loved, always remembered, and never forgotten. That is where we are tonight, folks. So, Gary, if you are still here, this is your opportunity because we are going to do the final closeout part. I will give Gary a minute to see if he is still here. Mr. Nass says, see everyone this weekend. Again, make sure you keep an eye out for Mr. Nass pop-up shows. I believe that Sunday he will actually have a show scheduled, which also, Mr. Nass, once I am done and I end this stream, I will go in and set everything up for you. There it is, Gary. Don't take any shit and be safe about it. There you go. As Gary says, as always, he helps me close out my shows. Don't take any shit from anybody. You know what? This is your life. This is your path. This is your destiny. You got to do what makes you happy. And that's all that matters. And if you're walking through hell, walk through hell like you fucking own the place. Because guess what? Only you can choose what direction you are going. Nobody can choose that for you. Nobody can say that you're not doing it right. As long as it is working for you and your family. That's all that matters in this life. Don't let anybody push you around. You know what? If they're sitting there and they're pushing you around because they are having just issues themselves. And that's where you talk to them. Look, you tell them that you're there for them. You're there to help them. Make sure that they're not alone. Gary will be live with me. That is true. Gary will be live with Mr. Nass this weekend. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of night. So without further ado, it's time the Reverend hits his coffin. Everybody, stay safe, stay healthy. Mr. Nast, Gary, I know you have one other person going with you. I hope you guys have a great, wonderful, and safe weekend. And again, with everybody, I hope everybody stays safe, has a great and wonderful weekend. From all of us here at the Basement Show, of course, I am your one and only Mad Red King, Reverend Grimm. Till we see each other again. Deuces. We'll see you soon.
scared.